Lord, for the last 24 hours, y'all, these Republicans and MAGA-loving people have been mad, upset, cussing, fussing, acting a fool. Now, I thought they all believed in law and order. Oh, but not when it comes to the Great White Hope. Lord, no. When it comes to the Great White Hope, Donald Trump. You can't hold him accountable. You can't do it all. Now, multiple news outlets have confirmed that the FBI raided Mar-A-Lago searching for documents related to the National Archives, classified documents that Donald Trump was not supposed to remove from the White House. Since that, there have been threats. Lord, Kevin McCarthy, he's threatened AG Merrick Garland. If we take control of the House, there will be investigations. You go, oh, they're like, oh my God. They're like, oh, going, oh, but Lisa Farah, y'all handed Trump the election in 2024. You're gonna give him the election. Eric Erickson, this could have been handled better. Y'all didn't have to do this to him. Y'all, I don't understand. The FBI do this shit every day. Non-rich white people, FBI raids cribs every day. Oh, but he's above the law. This could have been, do y'all understand what it would take? Do y'all understand? Okay, if that was DeMario, Mustafa, or Teresa, y'all, we way down here. We ain't even. Do y'all know what it would require for it to rise to the level of the AG to say, go ahead and make a move? You have to go to a federal judge. Y'all, I can't even tell y'all the nonsensical stuff that I've heard. So the folks at Mediaite have done us a great favor. They have put together a greatest hits. If y'all want to see white tears, here you go.
The FBI is corrupt.
You used our flag as toilet paper.
This is going to absolutely enrage the country.
It almost feels like a preemptive coup.
This is the worst attack on this republic in modern history.
Every single person involved in this needs to be fired immediately.
They say banana republic. I think it's an understatement because it really feels like we are there and beyond.
This is meant to prevent Donald Trump from being able to run again.
And then when the left starts whining in the media, fire 100 more the next day.
To dismantle the FBI.
It can't be this nice guy routine where we're just, oh, let's be friends.
Do not even let them breathe. Everyone has to go.
This is the Rubicon being crossed.
But the real target of this investigation isn't Trump. The real target of this investigation is you.
You do not live in a constitutional republic anymore.
To defund the FBI.
This is something we've never seen before. This is something that is outrageous.
This is some third world bullshit right here.
The guy right now is the Gestapo. The FBI is the Gestapo.
The rank corruption of the D.C. establishment.
And the usage of the FBI in this way is really the nail in the coffin for so many Americans.
This is very scary. There's a trend. Never before used statutes used in a fashion to go after who? Political enemies.
We don't live in Cuba. We don't live under Kim Jong-un.
This is the deep state's revenge.
I love it.
Look, y'all.
I love it.
Do y'all think I care one iota
Love it.
about these whiny ass people? Oh my God, this is just not right. How dare you?
Love it.
This is so unfair. This is just not right. It's not just, y'all, again, they really believe that this man is above the law. Now, let me help y'all out with something. Donald Trump said this is just unjust. Y'all know he got a copy of the search warrant. Y'all know the search warrant details exactly what they were looking for. Y'all notice he ain't put the search warrant out. Even Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, who has kissed more Trump ass than Lindsey Graham, his fellow senator of South Carolina, yeah, he know there's a there.
But why this is such a dangerous moment in our history, and a lot of people pointed this out, is because we are divided.
Yes.
There are wings of our government that are supposed to be nonpartisan, but now seem to be politicized. And one of those wings is the FBI. So do you think the FBI, do you still believe and trust in the FBI to do its job, even with a former president, in a nonpartisan way? Or do you believe, as the former president says, that the FBI is executing a witch hunt?
Well, we've had the FBI before. The Judicial Committee just in the last 2 weeks trying to figure out why they do what they do. And there's been lots of questions before this raid about whether or not the FBI is doing their job apolitical. And we don't know the answer to that question yet. This is probably doubts
about the FBI.
This is going to raise more questions, in my opinion. We need to let this play out and see exactly what happens, but we should all have been stunned and surprised and shocked at what happened yesterday. The real question is, A, what is the Federal Records Act? And B, what are we talking about? It has to be something of incredible magnitude for at least my side of the aisle to say that was warranted. Without that, I think we're going to find ourselves in a very big mess as it relates to the credibility of the FBI.
Well, so you don't have any concern that they're going to find anything at the Mar-A-Lago?
Well, I think we should really, as opposed to rushing to judgment, the most important thing that we can do is let it play out, because I have no idea what they were looking for, and I don't think anybody knows what they were looking for.
On that point, I think it's interesting that as you sit before us today, you are not saying that former President Trump is the best representative of the Republican Party, and you're also not saying, don't worry, America, you can trust the FBI.
Well, I think that I am saying that I love my new book, and I'm conversation about why I'm taking second chances.
FBI Director Chris Wray was appointed by Donald Trump. We should point that out, too.
Okay, first of all, I had a problem with even the setup of that question by saying, well, the FBI has been politicized. Who's done that? Under Trump? Yeah. But y'all know everybody's talking about it. The memes have been flying around like crazy. This is probably one of my favorite ones right here. Knock, knock. Who's there? Joe. Joe who? Joe ass is going to jail. That's probably one of my favorite ones. I posted that one on Instagram, and that got a whole response there. DeMario, these people really are cracking me the hell up. I mean, they just this notion. Well, I mean, you know, this Records Act. The law is the law. First of all, you are not supposed to destroy, throw away, flush down the toilet, tear up, or burn any documents. His own people have said he's done that. His own people say he's done all of that, which then causes, well, what documents are you destroying? You don't destroy documents unless you don't want nobody to read them.
Yeah. Look, I'm just loving this. This is so tasty, these tears. I just want to drink them, just feel them right into my veins. It's so fantastic. A couple of things, Roland. Number one, when they said these people are saying you can't trust the police, you can't defund the police, because the police in this country is and always was about policing black people and poor people and maintaining white supremacy and white power. So yes, they believe that Donald Trump should be above the law because they believe any rich white man should be above the law. So that's number one. Let's not lose sight of that. Number two, they say this is politicization of the FBI. Hell, the FBI has been politicized from day one because, again, they are led by a political appointee. And in this case, that political appointee was Christopher Wray, who was appointed by who? Donald Trump. Number three, I have so many of my clients who they just say after they're shot in the back with their hands up like Terrence Crutcher, just comply. If you just complied, nothing bad would happen. And then number four, this was not a real raid. Let's be clear. Language matters. A raid is when a black boot stomp your door down, come in at 6 o'clock in the morning and put you in handcuffs and then tear up everything in your home. That's a raid. That's not what happened here. They just served a search warrant. His lawyer got a copy of it. They didn't tear up his house. It was not a raid. It was a search warrant. And lastly, you know, people always get caught on the smallest thing sometime when you're a big guy. Al Capone, they got him on tax evasion. They didn't got this guy overtaking some records. This guy done all type of stuff. He committed so many felonies, and yet they got him on records. The irony is wonderful. The tears are delicious, and I just want more.
I really do I sit here, Teresa, and I look at this reaction, and they're just, oh my God. I mean, they are literally going nuts. But to Damar's point, they always saying to black folks, comply. Just comply. But this is the same party that's rejected subpoenas. You don't have any authority. I'm invoking executive privilege. Fool, you didn't even work for the man when the stuff went down. I mean, they will flaunt the law when they want to. That's why I think it's lovely what's going down.
I think the American people are starting to see the realization of what's happening. And, you know, honestly, I was, you know, watching these same clips as you. And over the weekend, it has been nothing but a slew fest of incorrigible, untasteful reactions from, you know, these political and commentators. And it's just been hard to watch, really. I mean, yes, it's comical, but it's been hard to watch because it's like you're going against everything that you said in the beginning you weren't going to go against. And now we're saying we need to defund the FBI because someone got raided over records. But again, I think everyone's doing, you know, their job in the Justice Department. And I do agree with, you know, Tim Scott that we definitely need to see how this plays out. I think we already know how it's going to play out. But I think just to be on the safe side on the Republican Party, that's probably the good line to stay on, especially since DeSantis looks like he'll be making a run in 2024.
Mustafa, I just, you know, really and truly find it fascinating that, you know, these people will just allow anything. They don't care. You know, what's that fool out of Georgia? She literally called for defunding the FBI. Oh, so now y'all good with that, huh? Interesting.
It is. I mean, you know, it's so much foolishness, but it's also very serious in what's going on. You know, the president, former President Trump was surrounded by attorneys and others who give him counsel. So there's no way that he couldn't know about the Presidential Records Act of 1978, which was put in place to address some of the egregious things that happened under the Nixon administration. So all these other former presidents had to follow that when they're leaving office. And, you know, and Trump was also warned a number of times. They sent letters to him asking for the records to be returned. And there is a reason for that. One, of course, we know what the investigation that's going on now, but there is also another set of laws that talk about top security, and there are a number of levels that are a part of the top security when different pieces of information, how it has to be, kept in a safe location. And that doesn't mean at your house or at your resort or any of those types of things, because there could be significant ramifications for the country. It all goes back to the fact that Donald Trump does not think that the laws apply to him, even when he's given opportunities time and time and time again. And now it has circled around and finally started to bite him in the butt. So now he's going to have to worry about not only what's currently going on that they're looking at, but how information might also be utilized in future and other investigations that he is currently, having to deal with.
I just again want people to understand that these folks don't give a damn about the rule of law. They don't care. They will literally let this man do anything. And I keep warning people, DeMario, don't let this fool get anywhere near the Oval Office. If you thought what happened the last time was sickening, what these people have in store, they are going to unleash holy hell on this country.
No question. I mean, I already unleashed it on January 6th. I mean, when you saw people beating, stomping, clubbing, maiming police officers, and people are calling those individuals political prisoners. We saw our brother that just passed away last week. His name escapes me, but he was a Black Panther who was in solitary confinement for 43 years. That was a true political prisoner. They're calling these folks that are on camera trying to overthrow the country a political prisoner. So they've never believed in the rule of law. They never believed in keeping their word. They never believed in treaties. They only believe in white power. And the sooner we understand that and we meet that threat with the appropriate firepower, it will not be defeated. This has been a good week for the Department of Justice and Merrick Garland. Roland, I come on here every week and I'm saying they need to do more. They need to be stronger. They've been too weak. But this week has been a strong week for the Department of Justice. Number one, it came out with the Breonna Taylor indictments. Boom. Number two, the Ahmaud Arbery killers got more time because of what the Department of Justice did. And number three, they executed this search warrant, and they did it without any fanfare. I mean, it's pretty amazing how tight of a ship they have over there, that this search warrant was executed and no one knew about it until Trump made it public. So that's what we need to continue to happen. We don't need Democrats saying we need a strong Republican Party. We need to call the Republican Party what it is. It is a white supremacist party that wants to maintain white power. It wants to dominate Black and brown people, and it wants to keep poor people poor and make rich people richer. That is what it is, and I hope they continue. I hope this is just the start of them doing an actual raid. I want to see real raids the way that they raid my clients.
Teresa, the lawyer for Trump, said federal agents took about a dozen boxes, and apparently Florida magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhardt signed off on the warrant, allowed them to search it. Look, a federal judge does not sign off on a search warrant for a former occupant. Y'all know I never call his punk ass president, a former occupant of the White House, just because.
Yeah, there's obviously some reasonable doubt. And honestly, look, regular citizens who didn't go to law school like myself, we watch Law and Order, and we know the process that it takes in order to get a judge to sign a warrant. And so part of that is you need to have probable cause, and likely they did. So I think, we're going to see what's going to happen. I'm interested to see what's in these boxes. I think we all are. But I think, kind of to DeMario's point, January 6th was probably just a test. I think it was a test to see how much white supremacy could actually rule in this country without a consequence. So I'm, on the edge of my seat, as I represent the next generation on what our country actually looks like and how we decide to utilize the Constitution in its form and what it was designed to do.
Mustafa, I hear people saying, oh my God, this is unprecedented. An attempted coup is also unprecedented. Being perfectly fine with them trying to kill your vice president, kind of unprecedented. The massive amount of lies being told by this man, unprecedented. So there you go.
Donald Trump brought this on himself. He's had plenty of opportunities to do the right thing. He's always chosen not to. So now, he reaps what he has sowed. And there's a lot more that's going to come. So everybody stay tuned.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Hold no punches. I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?